Hello everybody, my name is Andrew Davis, and this is my 30 team review for the MLB upcoming season in 2014. This is not a team review, but this is a division review for the National League East Division. If you watch any of my other videos pertaining to the National League East, I will give you a rundown of my overall standings for the division. Starting from last to first. Fifth place, New York Mets. Fourth place, Philadelphia Phillies. Third place, Washington Nationals. Second place, Miami Marlins. And the first place, and in my eyes, the overall wins leader in the National League, first place, Atlanta Braves. Okay, so I'm just going to go through overall best and worst things to expect in the National League East this year. The overall best hitter. I think overall best hitter from a home run and batting average standpoint, because I don't really go by RBIs because that relies too much on everybody around him. I'm thinking Ike Davis from the New York Mets at first base. If you watch my Mets review, I do think very highly of Ike Davis. I think he's gonna have a great season, 35 to 40 home runs easily. I think that's easy to say, even though he will be on the last place Mets. That I think it'll be the last place Mets, even though he'll be the very big surprise out of everybody, because everybody thinks he's a pretty good player, and he is. I just don't think everybody thinks that he's a star player. Everybody thinks he's a good player, but not a star player. I think he's going to be a star this year. I think he's going to do like a Dominic Brown with the Philadelphia Phillies this past season and break out, and he'll show what he can really do offensively. Overall pitcher, this isn't much of a surprise to anybody. Star rookie phenom for the Miami Marlins, Jose Fernandez. Obviously, he had a huge season this past year. I don't see any reason why he wouldn't be the overall best pitcher in the National League East anyway. Most improved player, Dan Uggla of the Atlanta Braves. Now, in the Braves review that I did, I strongly criticized Dan Uggla on his strikeouts, and he focuses too much on home runs. And I still stand by that. I'm not going to say I don't. But he will definitely improve. He can't get much worse than he was last year. That's pretty much how I see it. He can't get any worse. So I do think he will finally bat over 300 again, and he'll have a pretty good season. He'll definitely limit the strikeouts down, and I think that'll be enough for him to get like an overall, in my eyes, most improved player out of everybody. Best relief pitcher overall. I'm going with Antonio Pastardo of the Philadelphia Phillies. Now, he did struggle at some points this past season, and he is a very good player and pitcher overall. I do think he is. And I'm not just saying that because I'm a Philadelphia Phillies fan. I'm saying that as a baseball fan. I do think he's going to do very good. His fastball is definitely can get up there. He has pretty good control. He's a left-handed pitcher, so I mean that definitely boosts the advantages up for him. So that's how I see it for best relief pitcher. And my final review of the National League East, biggest disappointment, and this could pertain to team or player. I'll do both. Biggest disappointment. Overall team, the Washington Nationals. As I said in my Nationals review, I do think the loss of Davey Johnson as their manager was huge. And I don't think it'll be a huge loss to the players, but I think it will to their skills and how they play as a team. Because if anything Davey Johnson did right there, out of anything, and he did do a lot of great things, but the one thing he did well was having the team work as a complete unit. and the clubhouse was very calm. It wasn't all messed up. People weren't screaming and yelling at each other. There weren't fights in the clubhouse and all that. That us, as the fans, know. We don't know that. But we can safely say that there probably wasn't, if any, very little fights of any sort. He usually was the one to keep peace with his teams before, and I'm pretty sure he was this past season too. Final one, biggest disappointment as from the player standpoint. Dominic Brown of the Philadelphia Phillies. He had a pretty good season for the Phillies. Obviously being an All-Star this past season. I just don't think he's going to do as good. I really don't. I think it was just a one-hit wonder kind of idea. Maybe it'll surprise me. And if he is great this year, I'm not going to argue. I'm a Phillies fan. I'm not going to argue that. But I do think that I just don't think he's going to do as good as he was this past season. That's just how I see it. So this concludes my review of the National League East Division and its teams. Thank you very much.